What's up, my little friends? Random guy here with a new show that's gonna be coming on. So here, today's Friday in the morning, cause it's like 1:42 in the morning, and it's Friday. I don't go to school right now, so I basically do this for my fun, free time. But there's a reason why I'm doing this. If I didn't say it already, I think I'm doing this thing called game chat. Yeah, I talk about game series that were so fun during my life. I like to talk about. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make a series of different video game series that everybody will love. This one's about Spyro. If you don't know what Spyro is, basically I think it was starting in Japan, either Japan or some by Insomniac or Sierra. You know, those places. I don't know if those are in Japan, but if it was, they made some pretty good games. Especially the classics. The classic Spyro games were amazing. Here's why. Spyro 1, Dragon Eggs. You got Dragon Eggs, and you got the free dragons. And you were a dragon. And you got to breathe fire. That was badass. Then you had Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. I thought that was, Basically all you're doing is just collecting gems and talismans, 3 boss battles. I'm thinking, what the hell? Come on. Game wasn't long. It was like only a day long. If you play that game non-stop, it only took you like 4 hours. But for me, I went through everything. And it only took me a day. Yeah. I like games that take me at least nearly almost a month. Like maybe 20, 22 days. Because I like a game that they spend like, for example, Final Fantasy. But I'm just putting it right there. But Final Fantasy, I'll do another day. Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon. I thought that was pretty fun because you got to be Sergeant Bird, the kangaroo, I can't remember his name, her name. It's been a while since I played the Year of the Dragon, and Hunter. You got to be Hunter, for crying out loud. You got to be him during skateboarding. I thought that was pretty badass. It was fun. I like the little challenges you can do. The main part of the game was to get dragon eggs, and I thought that was pretty cool. And every time you got a dragon egg, it would show like a little dragon. I thought that was pretty cool. And then we have Enter the Dragonfly. What the hell? That game sucked ass. Reason why? Yeah, you gain powers, but all you do is catch dragonflies. There's hardly no boss battles, and it was just boring. Then you had parts in the game that you couldn't even get to, like Skylanders. Come on. I'm never going to talk about Skylanders because that game was like, for my ratings from 1 to 10, I'd rate it like a 4.3. Then you have A Hero's Tale. Might have had some short boss battles, but you got to be Hunter with a bow, Blink, who was an underground mole, who was the nephew or niece to the professor. And then you had to be Sergeant Birdie, who I thought was pretty cool because you got to use his missiles and bombs and everything. I thought that was pretty badass. And then of course you got to be Spyro, and you got to be Sparks. I loved Sparks. Yeah, that was like my favorite time I ever played that game. Season of Fire. That game was pretty good. Season of Ice. I have not beaten that game yet. Hell, I've only seen the gameplays of Season of Fire, but Season of Ice, I've been taking my time and I've been trying to find every little detail in that game. Because it's so addicting. Especially when you get to go in your car, it's like, oh, I'm so bored. Oh, I'll play my Season of Ice or Season of Fire, my DS or Game Boy. So I'm just like playing my game or whatever. I'm like, damn it, I can't pass this level. So then you look around, you're like, oh, okay, I can do this now. Yeah, it was like amazing. See here. Oh, did I mention the Legend of Spyro? Alright, no. Sierra. Or Slera. Whatever you want to pronounce it. The Legend of Spyro. I don't know who did the Enter the Dragonfly or Hero's Tale. But Enter the Dragonfly they did terrible at. But A Hero's Tale was amazing because the graphics. You actually got to use stuff for the gems. You actually got to buy stuff. It was like an RPG, just with a Spyro, dragon, and gems. That's all. That's the only difference. The enemies were great, but let's get to Legend of Spyro. Decent bosses. 5, 6 bosses in the Legend of Spyro New Beginning. I liked it because every time you get to a boss, it like got challenging after each boss. I thought it was pretty cool. And every time you'd like defeat a boss or something, midway or whatever, you'd free a dragon and they teach you a new power. I thought that was pretty cool. So here, the second Legend of Spyro, that was pretty cool. Basically the same thing. You defeat a boss and you gain a new power. I thought that was pretty cool. But the main part of those two games, no, all the Spyro games, was a good story. Except Enter the Dragonfly, they didn't really have a story for that. It was just like, oh, all the dragonflies are gone. Let's just go free them all. No, come on. That was dumb. But the only thing I liked about Enter the Dragonfly is when you got to fly a flying saucer. That was my favorite. That was the only time I ever liked that game. Sure. Then you have Dawn of the Dragon. Oh my god. The only bad thing about that game, no, two bad things. One, it was more like God of War. Like, you had the hit combos or whatever. You got to use your wings. You got the, use his talons or whatever. Yeah, it was like God of War. But what was the money for? I didn't understand that part. And then you have the stupid Lego game. Like if you haven't played the first Lego Batman or Lego Indiana Jones or Lego Star Wars, you know how you'd like go a certain distance and you can't go that far? Apparently that's how that game worked. It was stupid. And that chain was there or whatever. It was hard to even defeat bosses. I couldn't even defeat the first boss without me trying to get dragged by my friend. It was like, come on, dude, stay up with me. Like, I can't, I'm too far behind. It was annoying as hell. So like, screw it, get out of here. I'm playing my game. He's like, fine. I'm not gonna see you for at least a day or two. He's like, okay, I just want to play my game. But yeah, that's Spyro. If I missed any details, if I missed a game, let me know. I think I covered the basics. But the main basics of a good Spyro game is the story. And the main reason why I want to do this is because, well, I love Spyro. Spyro was amazing. It was my childhood. I'd usually come home, get my PlayStation 1, I'm like, oh yeah, what am I going to play today? I'd see, screw Rangers, screw, Crash Bandicoot. What do I say? Hell yeah, Spyro. So you might see me soon with a PSN card going to the store, buying me the first 3 original Spyros. Or maybe just get Dawn of the Dragon, one of those two. And I might do an LP on those. Again, my camera might suck, but as long as it gives you guys good gameplay, I don't give a shit. Alright? Well, that's all for today. See you guys later. And I hope you enjoyed your Friday morning.